Yo, how's it going, everyone? This is Mitchell Mander here, and we just got some new episode titles and summaries for Pokemon Horizons. We had one for episode 13 from like a week or so ago that I haven't talked about, so we're gonna scrunch that in here as well. But yeah, we got episode titles and summaries for episodes 13, 14, 15, and 16, though we don't have a summary for episode 15 for some reason, but I think we know what that episode could potentially be about. But anyways, let's talk about it. Now, real quick before I actually talk about the episodes, I just want to say, if you're someone that's new to the channel, you like this type of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and be sure to watch the video to the end. Watch time is very important for the channel, along with subscribing to the channel and then liking the video. So, I'd really appreciate it if you do that. I do Pokemon Horizons content, mainly doing these discussion videos. I do live stream discussions with viewers, usually on Saturdays, Fridays or Saturdays after the episode airs. We talk about the episode, we give it a rating. And then I do other streams as well. I do Let's Plays, for example, on Mondays and Wednesdays usually, and sometimes other days as well. But anyways, yeah, you should consider subscribing to the channel. It'd be pretty awesome if you did that. So episode 13 of Pokemon Horizons airs on July 14th and is titled A Sudden Picnic. Just as the Rising Volt tacklers are ready to set off for the Galar region, where Lico's grandmother is, there's technical difficulties with the airship's control system, so they decide to have a picnic until the system is back up and running. Liko has fun making sandwiches with the rest of the crew, but can't stop thinking about Dot, who stayed behind on the ship. Oh my. Now, is it just me, or is it kind of a bit of a plot convenience for the Rising Volt Tackler ship to just be out of order once again? We already had that back when we got Roy in the series, and now it's happening again before we go to Galar. So is this going to be something that's going to be a recurring thing where the ship just like suddenly breaks down, or something happens and they just have to spend some time in the current region or doing something before they go to the next region? Because this is now the second time this has happened. Not that it's a bad thing entirely, but I don't know, I think it's kind of funny that the ship is breaking down once again, or something's going on with it that's keeping them in that location. But as for this episode, I mean, when it comes to the summary, not super exciting, not the most exciting thing, like a picnic. It's kind of nice. It'd be nice to see how the characters interact with one another. It looks like we're probably going to get some more development between Liko and Dot. Maybe their friendship gets better. And maybe Dot potentially comes out and meets Liko. That would be a pretty big step for her. So I'm curious to see what happens there. I'm hoping that some of the other Rising Volt tacklers get some development soon, but more Dot development is pretty cool, I guess. So I guess we'll see what happens. And we know that Iono is coming, which we'll talk about that in a moment. I'm wondering if Dot is going to actually be a little bit competitive with Iono. That's what I'm kind of curious about, so we'll talk about that in just a minute. But anyways, look forward to that episode when it airs on July 14th. Episode 13, that is. So episode 14 of Pokemon Horizons airs on July 21st and is titled Fly Kaiden, which I believe is the Japanese name for Wattrel. I think that's how you pronounce the bird's name. Wattrel. Correct me in the comment section if I'm mispronouncing it, but whatever. I don't care. It's a very short summary, as you can see here. Roy and Fuecoco go to see a peculiar Kaiden, aka Wattrel, that isn't with its flock, but... Okay, so that's a very short and sweet title and summary. However, is Roy actually going to be capturing this Pokemon? Is he going to be capturing the regional bird for the Paldea region? Because I feel like there's a pretty good chance that this is going to happen. Of course, there's a chance that it might not happen, but at this point we're at episode 14 and neither Liko or Roy have caught a new Pokemon besides their starter. And maybe it's a little bit of impatience on my part, but I kind of want them to catch Pokemon soon, at least another one, add it to their team. And I think this would be a pretty good member for Roy's team. And, I mean, we've kind of seen these, I guess, storylines in the Pokemon anime in the past where one of the characters befriends a Pokemon and it ends up getting attached to them and it goes with them. I can see that happening because we have this Wattrel. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. It's not with its flock. It's something's going on with it, so Roy's going to probably bond with it and then probably end up catching it at the end of the episode. I hope that happens. Again, I was hoping that Liko and Roy would have another Pokemon by this point anyway, so hopefully that's the case. I was kind of hoping that Liko would actually capture a Pokemon first before Roy, but whatever. I'll take it. So hopefully it happens. But yeah, look forward to this episode when it airs on July 21st. So Pokemon Horizons episode 15 airs on July 28th and is titled, "It's Someone You Can't See. Who's the Wattsit?" Yeah, I tried. I'm sorry, guys. But there's no summary for this one. Okay, we don't really have any information for this episode, but I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the episode where Iono debuts. And maybe, hopefully, we get some Dot and Iono interactions, or maybe Iono's on Dot's radar or something like that as someone that's also another streamer that's probably competing with her. So, again, we don't really have much information, but based on what happens in the next episode, something is definitely going to be happening, like maybe in the latter half of this episode. Maybe just something they don't want us to know, but it's pretty clear when you see the summary for episode 16 that, yeah. We'll get to that in a moment, but yeah, something is definitely going to happen at the end of this episode, so yeah, I'm pretty sure Iono is going to be debuting here. I mean, the summary for this episode kind of feels like it's pointing in that direction, so yeah. Anyways, look forward to this episode when it airs on July 28th. So episode 16 of Pokemon Horizons airs on August 4th, and is titled, "As Long as I'm with Kawasu." Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just, yeah. Anyways, let's talk about this summary now. Liko's pendant has been stolen, and the Rising Volt tacklers have set off to retrieve it. But then the ancient monster ball Oliva went into starts shining, and the light leads the group to... Question mark, exclamation mark. Okay, so I'm going to assume at this point that the special preview that we got the other week will probably be fully shown, or we'd see everything, I guess, from that special preview by this point. Because, yeah, Liko is getting her pendant stolen. Now, whether that happens at the end of the previous episode or the beginning of this episode is to be seen. The title for the previous episode is kind of silly, so you wouldn't expect something like Liko getting her pendant stolen by Spinal to happen within that episode. But based on how the series goes, I wouldn't be surprised because the series likes to end on cliffhangers. So at the very end of the episode, Liko could get her pendant stolen or something like that, and that episode ends in a cliffhanger. But regardless, I'm very curious about this episode with Spinal being, I guess, formally introduced either in the previous episode or this episode, and we get to see him in action. So that's going to be cool to see. One thing I'm a little concerned is that the ancient Pokeball is pointing in the direction of the pendant, which, yeah, that is a little concerning because it feels like it's a bit of plot convenience where it's like, oh, the pendant's stolen, well, just use the ancient Pokeballs. It will point us. It'll give us a GPS location of where the pendant is at, and we'll just go right there. It's just going to beam us right over there. So that's a little concerning because it's like, okay, what's the real, like I guess, risk here of Liko losing her pendant if it's going to be this easy to just get it back? I don't know, but that's probably the only concern I have going into this episode. But regardless, I'm very curious to see how this is all going to be resolved. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be resolved by episode 17. And then we will start heading into the Galar region. So yeah. Look forward to this episode, episode 16, when it airs on August 4th. Alrighty guys, that's pretty much all I got for this video, so yeah, we got a couple episodes to look forward to. So in the comment section down below, post your thoughts. Which episode are you looking forward to? Is Roy going to get a new capture? Is he going to get it before Liko does? How is Liko going to get her pendant back? Like, I'm just curious to see what you guys think. And obviously, Iono's coming soon. So, I'd like to hear your thoughts. So, post them in the comment section down below. Again, if you're new, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And yeah, have a good day or night wherever you're at. And I'll see you all later.
Bye.